Pat Robertson is going to discuss Obama's new climate change regulations because, of course, he's so well equipped to have that conversation. He's really an expert on climate science. I don't know if you guys know that. Unsurprisingly, he's going to viciously attack.
The president is promising to prevent thousands of heart attacks and asthma episodes. Maybe he has a touch with the divine somehow. He says his new crackdown on carbon gas emissions from power plants will heal Americans. The inmates have taken over the asylum. It's just unbelievable. I mean, there seems to be no relationship to actual on-ground activity. These are zealots. They're highly motivated zealots, and they worship the environment. They worship climate.
I love how he's mocking the fact that these are life-saving regulations. Meanwhile, keep in mind, he pretends at the end of every single 700 Club, him and his cohorts pretend to pray away sickness. I'm not kidding. And that's actually dangerous because the people listening to Pat Robertson, they just might be silly enough to not actually go to a doctor and say, you know what, I'll just sit here and hope that Pat Robertson prays for me, and then if he does, I'll probably get better, so I won't actually go to see the doctor to get the medicine that I need. So this guy is going to mock Obama for life-saving regulations. Meanwhile, he's the one that's the real con man. Because I don't know if you know this. I got news for you, Pat. The regulations will save a lot more lives than your goofy fake healing sessions ever did. And to be clear here, I'm not making the numbers up. Quote, the EPA says the regulations would avoid up to 6,600 premature deaths and 150,000 asthma attacks in children. Now, why is that? Because, quote, when you lower CO2 emissions from coal-fired power plants, you also lower the emissions of other pollutants like nitrogen oxides, particulate matter, mercury, and sulfur dioxide. So, Pat, just to let you know, buddy, these are estimates, but it is a fact that if we reduce the carbon pollution by 30%, which is exactly what the goal is and exactly what the regulations are, it is a fact that less people will get asthma, and it is a fact that less people will die from sicknesses related to the pollution. You can mock it all you want, big guy, but it's a fact. And let's also appreciate the irony of Pat Robertson calling somebody else a zealot. Please, man. Keep in mind, Pat Robertson, as he viciously mocks other people, viciously mocks Democrats and liberals and President Obama, he said that God told him Mitt Romney was going to win the 2012 election. I'm not kidding. He said the Lord spoke to me and said Mitt Romney's going to win. So you're not qualified to speak about anything. You're nothing. It's clear that you're a con man. And for the record, I'd much rather have somebody care deeply about the environment than somebody care deeply about God, because at least the environment is real.